Hello everybody, this is Bash and welcome. Today, first of all, I'd like to say I'm sorry for being away for the last 17 days. And there's been a lot going on, a lot of good things in my life, so that's exciting. But I'm back, and I decided to come back with this for you. Today I have a Shalimar Palooza. I'm just kidding. So I'm just showing you this is my Shalimar collection and the very bulk of it, and I have more, but they're either backups or I don't have space in my cabinet to put them, so but they're safely stored away. And so for the next few weeks I'll be doing Shalimar, because why not? Since I have this out, I actually wasn't sure of what I was going to do having this presentation like this. But I just clicked and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna talk about Shalimar for the next few weeks until I talk about all of them. So far I've only talked about the Millésime Vanille, which was launched in 2021, and the Vanille Tonka, which was launched last year, which are these two. This and this. As you can see, I have worn pretty much all of them quite a bit. This is Filtre de Parfum. This is Cologne. This is the Parfum Initial. L'Eau. I love this perfume. This is actually the original Eau de la Vanille, but I had an issue with the nozzle, so I ended up transferring to this bottle, which I adore, by the way. It's a larger version of the Parfum bottle. And I have other versions. I have the Eau de Shalimar, which is slightly similar to the Cologne. I have the Souffle de Parfum and a few of its flankers. I don't have all flankers of Shalimar, but I'd say I have a good amount here. But today I'm going to start talking about the Parfum, because it happens to be my favorite from all of the flankers from all Shalimars. And I think it's the most classic of all. This is Parfum. There's a 250 ml big bottle of it. Let's see if I get it right here. Yeah. And you see it full. That's because this is also Parfum. Since I'm talking the Parfum today, I'm going to be wearing the Parfum today. I'm going to talk about it. This is the Parfum in its classic 30 ml presentation. There we go. This is my second bottle actually wearing this. But I stopped because when I bought this, I bought more than this bottle. I think it was actually half a liter that I bought. So I have 250 ml here. I've worn 30 ml already, and so there's still some, like 100 something more ml in the other vessel that I was asked not to share because it's tricky. And this is also Parfum, but this is from a limited edition from 2007. This is called Black Mystery. They came out with two versions of this color, which is actually not black. It's a really dark shade of blue. Perhaps that's why it's called Black Mystery, because you don't really know if it's black or if it's blue. But like when you put it against the light, it's a beautiful shade of blue. Like it's really, really dark. And yeah, so it was this and Eau de Parfum that looked like a Madeline kind of shape. I don't have that one, just this. And I refill this bottle with the Parfum that's in the other vessel, because I still have it. When I run out of that one, I'm gonna start taking out from that one. But yeah, and it's time to refill. Not a lot left in here. So yes, and the engraving, if you ask, I did it myself. Oh, I would like to talk about the shirt too. The shirt was a gift from a friend of mine. He's Indian. When he went on a trip to his hometown a few years ago, he brought the shirt because he said that he thought of me and he wanted me to have it. So yeah, thank you. And yeah, I love the shirt. It's one of my favorites actually. So let's go. I think I ran out of it. Almost there. Okay. You see me spraying like this, and oh my god, he's crazy. Look how much he's spraying. But the thing is, the parfums from Guerlain, same way that I spray Jiki, I go with abundance. Not all the parfums though. Vol de Nuit is one that I hold back a little bit because I find that Vol de Nuit is one of the strongest of the parfums from Guerlain. And if you don't know, parfum and slash extrait de parfum, they're the same thing. Parfum and extrait de parfum. It's only how they choose to name their perfume. So Guerlain mostly calls them parfum, as you can see on the label here. It says parfum, parfum. But extrait is also correct. Extrait de parfum. And what they've named, they've come up with so many names, and then it's hard to follow sometimes. So the parfums of Guerlain, most of them are closer to the skin, so they don't really diffuse a whole lot like the eau de parfums, for example. So right now I get this beautiful, beautiful, stunning cloud of vanilla and bergamot right away from the get-go. The bergamot is fresh, it's quite fresh, but it's blended, to me at least, it's beautifully blended with the vanilla. So it's not as sharp as it is in the eau de parfum for me, because the opening of the eau de parfum can be a tiny bit sharp sometimes, because I find there's more bergamot in the eau de parfum than in the parfum. Perhaps there's more vanilla in the parfum concentration. I think that's why it's my favorite. And it's just for about half an hour I get this beautiful concoction of vanilla and bergamot, and then after that the bergamot fades away. But funny enough, in the parfum, it's the concentration that I find the bergamot to linger the longer during the opening. So the opening lasts longer than in the other concentrations, and I get this beautiful dense vanilla kind of throughout the fragrance, the life of the fragrance on my skin. And it becomes a little bit dirty, you know. It comes, there's the civet comes through, which on my skin it's more leathery than civety, if that makes sense, because it's not as dirty as I used to find Jiki. So the civet in Shalimar, to me, it's more leathery. I don't know if that's because of the vanilla. It could be, but that's probably it. And a lot of people used to say, and still say, it's a very powdery perfume, and I would not get that powderiness of it for the longest time until recently, actually. I started, you know, as you can see, I love my Shalimars, but I take turns. I don't have to explain that, but yeah, I don't. For sometimes I will wear the parfum for 2 or 3 days straight, but that doesn't really happen often with all my perfumes because I have a bunch, and then I like, you know, rotating them. And so recently I started noticing the powderiness a lot more than I ever did before, and it has become super powdery on my skin, and I love it. It's a facet of Shalimar that I wasn't able to detect until recently, and I love it because it's definitely the iris in here that gives that, you know, that powderiness vibe to the perfume, and it's just stunning. It's just really is stunning. The bergamot's still here, but you know, it's vanillic, and the iris right now it's not leather yet, but it will come forth in a little bit. What else to say about Shalimar that hasn't been said? I feel that it's hard to find words to do justice to this perfume. It's been around since 1925, actually 1921. The original creation year of Shalimar was 1921, but Guerlain was not able to sell it as Shalimar until 1925 because in 1921 another company claimed to have a perfume that was already named Shalimar before Guerlain. So Guerlain changed the name of Shalimar to number 90 until 1925, which was when the issue was resolved in court, and Guerlain seems won the case because it's been around since 1925. So historically, it's been the release date of Shalimar has been backtracked to 1925, but in fact it was created in 1921. But its birthday is it's celebrated in 1925. So this is, and the perfumer behind this was Jacques Guerlain. Let me see if I find anything else interesting here. Yes, we all know the story that it was inspired by the Mumtaz Mahal and Shah Jahan, and I don't have to repeat that. But this is a very special perfume, and it has a place. It has a firm place, and it's set in stone. Actually, it's placed in the history of perfumery because it is very important to the perfume world as a whole. And as you can see, it has a big family, really big family. So Shalimar has, perhaps Shalimar was one of the very famous perfumes that has a beautiful line of flankers, and they all work. Do we need all of them? No. Do we need all the Souffle du Parfum flankers? Probably not, but they're really, really beautiful in their own unique way. Some of them have a very strong Shalimar DNA, such as the Eau de la Vanille, the Filtre du Parfum, the Souffle du Parfum. To me, doesn't have a whole lot of Shalimar screaming from it because it's a lot sweeter and it's a lot more delicate than the classics. But yes, the Eau de Shalimar is. I'll talk about it next week, or maybe I'll do it in 2 or 3 days from now. I don't know. I'll see what I feel like. But yeah, this is a stunning perfume, and the funny thing is, like I mentioned before multiple times, when I started introducing myself to Shalimar, I didn't like it. My nose at the time was like, nope, I don't like this. It was just too much. But then over time, that I don't like it became obsession in a way, and I love Shalimar. I really, really do. And yeah, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate your time, spending time with me, and I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. And the world needs more beauty lovers. Bye.